Any drug business must find ways to move their money, either to launder it or send it elsewhere. The operations are sometimes so complex that it's difficult to pinpoint how exactly they do it until they are caught. This is how the money man for the Kinahan cartel operated and was eventually caught. Earlier this year, the secret operations of the Kinahan Organized Crime Gang, or KOCG, and its organizational structure were laid bare for everyone to see. At first, the pictures of Daniel Kinahan, his brother Christie Jr., and his father Christie Sr. were posted across screens with a $5 million bounty put on their heads. While the KOCG became a household name infamous for drug crime, the vast majority of the general public did not seem to know the people lower down the pecking order. One of those men, John Morrissey, is accused of being the gang's money man. It's alleged he was able to launder money through various shell corporations and seemingly legitimate companies. He was accused of money laundering and serving as the organization's enforcer and facilitator of illicit drug shipments from South America. Like the rest of the gang, he was a wanted man until his arrest a few months ago. John Morrissey was revealed to be an Irish national and was detained by officers from the Guardia Civil in Malaga on 12th September, alongside his wife and another alleged associate. Officers from the NCA's international network took part in the raid. The Irish national was sanctioned by the Office of Foreign Asset Control in the United States following an investigation involving the NCA. The U.S. Department of the Treasury designated him as having provided support to the Kinahan organization. Spanish investigators believe the organized crime group registered companies in the UK, Gibraltar, and Spain to present a legitimate image. They created a brand of vodka promoted in nightclubs and restaurants across the Costa del Sol to disguise their earnings. One of those arrested is suspected of using his car dealership to provide vehicles to the criminal organization, complete with concealed compartments to transport cash undetected. National Crime Agency Deputy Director of Investigations Matt Horn said, "The Kinahan organized crime network transcends national boundaries, which is why international law enforcement operations like this are necessary." When videos and photographs were supplied by Spanish police in an early morning raid in the south of Spain, John Morrissey was spotted sitting on a bed, shirtless, and in no time the man accused of being a facilitator of clean money to the Kinahans was in shackles. Money, which police say had been able to leak up the chain, had now been plugged. Morrissey represents the first of 7 named to be arrested, and sources in the Gardaí are hoping this represents a domino effect and that other major players within the organization will be detained in a matter of weeks, if not sooner. It was further understood that Morrissey and his alleged involvement in the operation scaled up to €350,000 every single day. But how such sums are being moved is itself a fascinating facet of how this highly organized criminal gang has operated. If you've ever been to Spain and drank something called Nero vodka at a nightclub, then you may have unwittingly helped the Kinahan gang wash their drug money. This is the sad reality of the spread of the KOCG's tentacles into the real world. Morrissey, who is believed to live on the Costa del Sol, launched the venture in 2020 with his wife Nicola, although she is not a direct target of sanctions. The US Treasury says of the vodka firm, "Nero Drinks was designated for being owned or controlled by, directly or indirectly, John Morrissey. John Morrissey, who outwardly serves as the Nero Drinks brand ambassador, is heavily invested in Nero Drinks and has given a significant portion of the business to Daniel Kinahan to compensate for loads of drugs seized by law enforcement. John Morrissey controls and operates Nero Drinks through his wife, the primary shareholder, who is used as a front person for his interests." As an ambassador of Nero vodka, Morrissey had attempted to make the Nero brand synonymous with nightlife on the Costa del Sol. The brand had made some serious inroads before the US Treasury revealed its links to organized crime. Nero had made itself the preferred vodka drink brand in many of Spain's top venues. It had also joined with exclusive beachfront bars and restaurants who advertised expensive pool parties in association with the drink. The drink had also made its way into the VIP scene in Malaga, with it being used as the premium vodka in many of the VIP sunbed lounges, often frequented by Premier League footballers. It's not unfair to say that Nero vodka had positioned itself as the premium drink in Malaga. It had tried to hide in plain sight. However, once Nero Drinks was sanctioned by the US, venues were quick to dissociate themselves with the brand. Another scheme devised by the gang is known as the Hawala method. Europol mentioned that Morrissey laundered €200 million worth of drug money in the space of 18 months, and while much of the cash was washed through traditional methods, such as front companies like Nero Drinks, the KOCG used innovative money laundering solutions often used by huge criminal outfits like the Camorra in Italy. According to the Europol statement, the money was transferred using the Hawala underground banking system, an informal method of transferring money without any physical money actually moving. During the course of the investigation, 1.5 years, it is believed that the suspects have laundered over €200 million using this method. The scope of activity of this criminal organization is worldwide. Europol mentioned how the trick worked. It begins with an individual who wants to transfer money to another country and gets in contact with a Hawala dealer, Dealer A. He gives him or her the money plus a commission and the information of the beneficiary of the funds. At this moment, the individual receives a unique code. The dealer contacts via phone or fax a Hawala dealer, Dealer B, from the country where he wants to send the money. The Dealer B will give the amount of money that the Dealer A asked him to give to the designated person, who has to reveal his code in order to prove that it is him or her, the receiver of the money. There is no physical movement of cash. Hawala brokers are the key people in these transactions. The whole system is based on trust, which is actually what Hawala means. In its current form, the Kinahan gang has no means of washing money, and its influence as a major player in Europe has been diminished due to large numbers of informants cutting deals with police forces in exchange for information on the workings of the KOCG. Daniel Kinahan's attempts to frame himself as a legitimate business promoter have disappeared completely. He is thought to have escaped from Dubai and made his way to Kazakhstan, where he has some friends. But this does not mean that the Kinahan gang is not a threat. It's believed to still have communication with South American drug suppliers, and the gang is still suspected of involvement in the attempted importation of 120 kilos of cocaine worth over €8 million into Ireland. That consignment was seized by Gardaí in August of this year. It's believed that the large shipment was due to be divided up into smaller packages and distributed to drug-dealing gangs in various parts of the country. The arrest of John Morrissey could prove to be a defining moment in the history of the KOCG. Given he's the first of the US Treasury's 7 to be arrested, he represents the first domino to fall. The other 6 must now feel like they are living on borrowed time and that a similar raid in Spain may be just around the corner. NCA investigations have caused major disruption to the Kinahan Group's activity in the UK and beyond over the last few years. In March 2022, Thomas Bomber Kavanagh, who ran the Kinahan's criminal operations in the UK, was jailed for 21 years along with brothers-in-law Gary Vickery and Daniel Canning, who were sentenced to 20 and 19.5 years respectively. Evidence showed they were responsible for cocaine importations estimated to be worth up to £23.4 million and cannabis importations worth around £6.4 million. James Mulvey, another key player in the crime group, was arrested in Lithuania in 2017 after NCA investigators evidenced he trafficked drugs worth an estimated £68 million. He's currently serving a 32-year jail term. We've come to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video, like and share the video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notifications bell for more juicy stories coming your way.